He's young, I think. He looks young, but I'd be guessing. This odd, raggedy man with hair all the way down his back. He sits by himself at the bar. Easy to miss if the place had been crowded. Too late for that now, though. Break in the weather and mainly gone home, and I suppose that's where people go when they're not here. He's a little way off from me, and I try not to look because I see things sometimes that no one else can. So I'm wary of who or what he might be other than a man. My mother always said I was cursed with seeing too much, and I try not to. But I can't help it. And I half turn, flick a glance, and he's frowning, looking right at me. But then he smiles. And his cap's dirty, visor pointing back as though in a conversation he can't let go of. He tucks his hair behind his ears, and I see blackthorn and briar piercing. He seems drunk, but isn't. Drugged, but is he? He drags his stool up beside mine and introduces himself. "I'm Tommy," he says. And then he says, "It's not my real name. And I could be dangerous, but I don't think I am, in case you was wondering." I wasn't yet. I was a bit obvious, I suppose, with just a mug of tea. I should have known this would happen tonight, with the rain being like sheets of glass come down earlier that even shut the music off. When nothing usually shuts the music off here early. And so I fully face him. And I was right to think I shouldn't. He has badgers nesting in the caves of his eyelids. Mackerel and seals basking sharks from the far North Sea, thrashing silver, deep, wild water mussel, black within each iris. Albatross and 2 V's of returning snow geese are forging through storm crazy dark and ominous cloud thick with ice. Sky-racked licorice custard. Effortless from his mind to his mouth. He speaks of magic and druid lore and slaughter. And of all the unborn baby birds that, he whispers finally, might not live beyond the shell. And his breath smells of the smoke of peat hearths, like a squalid, dangerous perfume. And kelp, and loam. Oh, when the eagle pipe his name, and hairs descend to the valleys of his hands to rest between the lines that tell of elder days and fathomless drownings. And I want to disbelieve him, that he should even be. I want to think him mad, mortal. No guardian of any legendary grail should look so derelict and so distant, so busted. But who am I to place him? Dusk, seeping through the sigh, escaping from his memories, is some place that none of us should ever go. Somewhere between. I know that superstition. Lecosheen returning on a moonlight horse with hope that had rules he could not follow. Dust that was. The loneliness of the forgotten, its violatory emptiness. "My lake has run dry," he whispers. And soil, like dried blood or old loam, is under his fingernails more lightless than the rooms where he hides the indignity of thrashings. Wild violets crack their arctic sod. Spring snow is still thick, and it seeks sunlight that can't come yet. And he holds out his arms soundlessly with forgiving. Do you see me? He asks, disbelieving, longing. I hear you, I see you, I say. Then you belong, he whispers, and he coaxes twin swans from his deep pocket, willing them their freedom. Some unrecognisable in sorcerement, but they don't go. Some willpowers belong to no one but ourselves, I suppose. They shelter around his neck and touch each other beak to brow. Lovers from the long ago, not leaving, not agreeing to the wasteland, which is all he knows. So Tommy sips his beer. And his lips attempt to open with the storytelling of queens and glittering mirrored halls. But they are glued like swallows to an alley wall, and nothing but a kestrel from the top of the mountain sighs its wingspan along the swamp that is the bar, hunting nourishment that used to be in copse, in thicket, in covey. And the woman behind it pours a shot of oblivion in amber, watching him, afraid, because she doesn't understand how she knows not who he is, but what. She turns her back. She doesn't dare any other way. And he leaves, forgetting on the counter like a tip. When he steps out into the terrifying night, I follow, wanted or not. Ignored. And old roses and bloated lilies, flaccid, hectic, catastrophic with lost beauty and entertainment, are dashed to decay along gutters of earlier rain before dropping through the destiny of an iron grate. And they remind him, and he doesn't want that. Then fur rushes past, grey with old snow. Mother wolf searching for cubs among the detritus of the city. Him knowing she won't find them. I'm broken, he says, rolling a cigarette but forgetting what it's for. Acknowledging that I'm his company for a while. I have seen your palace, I say. And he stops. It's a tent. You didn't see anything. Besides, it blew away. Like hate? I ask. Like belief, he answers, unsmiling. And the rooftops are lined with indigo shadows, pigeons, notices of crime and couriers of war, because he is what he says he is, but he's drowning in air. They are here to witness, and I am called to witness. They're crows, the druids of another violated island, and they rattle down to balance. Ballerinas in mourning, on the power lines. And I'm fleetingly reminded of a childhood that was someone else's, wishing it was what really happened, and not what did. I know, he says, and paired orcas ride the roiling surf that foam flecks through his compassion. He has stars for footsteps, each soft with a long ago burning. I'm dead, I think, he whispers. But I hear you, I say. I see you, as he shrugs, ivy twines 1,000 unchainsawed forest giants. It has a right to be here, it always has been, he says. And life garments his shoulders with a mantle. I remembered warmth upon which the swans settle, a birdly dark green nest unmade by effort, and dreams like icicles in the heart of a midwinter eve weep down his cheeks. And holly, oak, and graveyard yew form a procession along the desolation of street tarmac. drinking from him, growing infant mountains from decay. He does this. I know you, I say. And he touches the muscle of his chest beneath the thickness of the coat that frays at the slightest frightening, with a hand corded with the gnarled roots of Bruneboyne rowan that crowns this king. Like early spring with vivid verdigris, with the courting songs of foxes across the valley, with the sorcery of those thin, slivered tattoos like lifelines of 10,000 years across his hands. If I hold him to comfort him, will I kill him? So like a coward, I look down instead. If I know him, will they lock me away too? If I tell him that I will remember and I forget? Gotta go, he says. It takes discipline for me to say nothing. What if I forget? Oh, there is one, he says over his shoulder as he begins his disappearance. And I know he means a grail. And he knows I know. I am the Fisher King, he says. And I thought it was the mist soughing through iron bars, his voice, that whisper. And then I realised me. Forget him. And I beg the night, don't let it be the other way around. Dúirt sí go mé an damsa stá. Nuair a bheith solas I gagaid teagas grá I gag bhéil. Agus grá I gag